Stade de France in St. Denis, north of the capital Paris, may only accommodate 80,000 spectators, but millions of South Africans here at home will be rooting for the Springboks when they take on old enemy England in the Rugby World Cup semi-finals. Kick-off is just under 3 hours, but the excitement has been building since Monday. Now, for more on this conversation, I'm joined by Newzroom Afrika colleagues Vaylen Kirtley, who joins us from Paris in France, and Zikhona Tshona is here in Johannesburg. Vaylen, good to speak to you. We have to go back to 2019 for the last time, in fact, for that World Cup final where England lost to South Africa by 32-12. Obviously, a repeat of that final. How's it looking in Paris?
Thank you very much, Hugo. In fact, it's also a repeat of the 2007 final that took place here in France as well. So the Rugby World Cup history between these two nations is also a storied one, and specifically here in Paris, this is going to be the fourth time that these two nations actually play off in France. 2 times during the World Cup, which South Africa went on to win in 2007. There was also a knockout match where France hosted that match in 1999, and this will be the fourth time that these two teams meet in a semi-final. Of course, the last time that they met was in 2019, but both teams in the build-up to this match at pains to say how different a team they are, but certainly without a doubt South Africa go into this one as odds-on favourites, and a lot of the English supporters saying they truly accept that. What's happening on the ground is we were expecting quite a bit of rain. It has been drizzling a little bit, but certainly the strength of the wind is something that has been quite a surprise. I wonder how much of a role that's going to play in the stadium, because we know how much high kicking was a factor for South Africa against France, and that nail-biting victory that they secured last weekend over the hosts here at the Stade de France. In fact, when Steve Borthwick made the announcement for his team, South Africa completely unchanged from the team that beat France, saying that they did so well. He's going with consistency. England, on the other hand, making 3 changes, one of them injury forced, and that is at fullback, Marcus Smith not being available because of a clash of heads in the Fiji quarterfinal. In his place comes Freddie Stewart, and I mentioned this replacement for the English because Steve Borthwick, the coach of England, saying that Freddie Stewart is very good under the high ball, so it's certainly going to be, along with the scrummaging, a key part of the game this evening.
Now, do you have an idea of how many of the 80,000 in the stadium will be rooting for the Springboks? I suppose it's a good question to ask if the Boks obviously beat France. Will the French be supporting the Springboks, or is it going to be everybody against the Boks tonight?
I think that, make no mistake about it, the defeat last week for French fans has been incredibly difficult. It hurts. They discuss it. There's been videos on social media abuse actually even coming to South Africa's scrum half, Cobus Reinach. But in general, the French have been great. The Minister of Sport actually earlier on at a gathering of South African fans bumped into a Frenchman and he said, no, I'm going to support you. And the sportsman said, yes, because there's great relations between South Africa and France. And what we've seen during this World Cup is that for a lot of the French fans, South Africa is a little bit of a second team. We saw so many French fans getting behind South Africa in Bordeaux, in Marseille. So I anticipate that we may see something similar. What I was really impressed about last night was the desire to still watch world-class rugby. It may not have dished up the game that we were hoping for in the first semi-final between New Zealand and Argentina. New Zealand sweeping aside the Southern Hemisphere opponents 44-6. But there were a number of French supporters, even though they were wearing all black shirts or Los Pumas shirts. 2 minutes into the match, you actually heard the national anthem of the French actually being sung. So I do think that we'll have a lot of French supporters, and I'm quite hopeful that they're going to be adopting South Africa once again, like we've seen earlier on in the tournament.
Well, Zikhona Tshona, you're out in Johannesburg, and today is a pretty incredible day, and that's because we're facing England in two formats of sport. The cricket, already done and dusted, beating the Proteas, winning by 229 runs. So incredible victory, half the battle done. How are things looking on the streets of Johannesburg ahead of this crunch encounter tonight?
Well, there's been a huge sense of pride among South Africans. I think since last week, that victory over France really made the country proud. The excitement is palpable. Everywhere you go in Johannesburg today, you will see people proudly wearing their green and gold. They really want the Springboks to feel that they are fully behind them from right here at home. Across the city of Johannesburg, fan parks have been set up, and I imagine that's the same and in other parts of the country. South Africans really feeling that the Boks are capable of bringing this trophy back home. But I've got some fans who are having an early start, getting things started before the game. How do you see the game playing out today?
First of all, go Boks! Look, I think the Boks are going to win by 19, right? I think we must just, our forward pack must do the business, and I think we'll have the game under control. You know, by halftime, we should be leading at least by 8 points.
What should our game plan be?
Forward pack, set pieces. I really don't see the English coping with our forward pack. We've got one of the best forward packs in the world. I really think set pieces. Let's give least points available forward packs for me.
And our kicking needs to be on point.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Just last final words, just to say, go boys.
Okay, so the only thing I'd like to say to the boys is we might be here, but stronger together is even from South Africa. We were there in spirit. Go Bokke!
Go Bokke! Go Bokke!
Well, some fans are already starting to show up here. We are currently in Randburg, trying to make sure that they secure their seats, because we are expecting a large number of people to show up, particularly here, because this is the home of the Bridge squad. They've returned from France, where we've seen them supporting the Boks in the stand. Today, this is where they'll be showing their support for the Springboks from.
Zikhona Tshona and Vaylen Kirtley, my two colleagues, coming to us. Zikhona's coming to us from Johannesburg, where she's going to be part of that raucous audience tonight. And Vaylen Kirtley will be in the crowd amongst the fans as hopefully the Boks do a number over England. Thank you very much. Speak to the both of you.